I want to do a quick disclaimer before we start this video. If you are sensitive to the topics of depression, suicide, and self-harm, please click away right now. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or have any sort of trigger for you in the slightest. So please feel free to get away from the video. Otherwise, continue watching. Here we go. Outside on the red chair. Here we go. What is going on, YouTube? My name is Tyler Rossmann, and you guys are watching Tross Films. This is officially the second video in my new series, Catching the Bug, A Tale of 13 Tattoos. The reason I wanted to have a disclaimer at the beginning is because the topic of today's video is sensitive. I know it is very serious, and I don't want anyone to be alarmed. I want you to feel comfortable about this just as much as I am. Without further ado, let's get into the topic right now. In the very first episode, I talked to you guys about the 4 people that mean the most to me. In this second episode, we're gonna be talking about my Roman numerals right here on my upper shoulder blade. And we're gonna be talking about my little semicolon right here on my hand. There's really no easy way to say this other than for what it is. When I was 16, I was diagnosed with major depression and anxiety. And later, I was also diagnosed with insomnia. In this video, I'm not gonna be going into the reasons of why, or how, or what, but I'm gonna be talking about specifically these tattoos. But you need to know that in order for what I get to next. There are a lot of stigmas associated with mental illnesses, and that is one of the reasons why I did not feel comfortable talking to anybody about what was really going on. I didn't even feel comfortable talking about it with my own mother, the person that means the most to me. I bottled everything deep down inside me, and I pretended like everything was fine. On the surface, if you saw me, you saw this happy-go-lucky, energetic, bumping kid who just loved life, loved adventuring, loved sports, loved all these things. But on the inside, you would see a completely different person. Someone that's scared. Someone that doesn't really actually know if they'll make it through the day without doing something bad to their body. I have struggled with low self-esteem, low self-worth. I have a very low self-dignity about myself, and these are all things I've always considered myself a failure. I've considered myself all of these really negative self-thinking thoughts. Because I bottled everything down deep so inside me, I turned to self-harm as a way to cope. So there was so much pain emotionally. I was dealing with so many things. I would cut and stab myself. Truthfully, I would cut and stab myself. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's the reality of it. The reason I turned to self-harm was because I was causing physical pain to my body. There was a split second when I wasn't feeling the emotional, psychological pain that I was feeling. At the time of Mariah's passing, that was kind of like the tipping point for me that really just made me lose all sense of hope in everything. I thought I was burned, thought I was an inconvenience to a lot of people, that I thought I was hurting everyone around me, especially those I loved. I lost all my sense of faith and hope in this world. I hated God so much at this time, and I just kept thinking I was a burden, kept thinking all of these negative things about me, how I was acting around me. And that was the first time I was ever suicidal. And to just say how it is, I attempted to end my life in January of 2011. And after a failed attempt, I didn't tell anyone because I was ashamed. I mean, how can a 16-year-old dude talk about the fact that he was hurting so much inside him that he tried to do something so ridiculous as trying to end your life? And it only made me feel worse, and the feelings persisted. They didn't go away. They continued. So I decided to pack my things and move halfway across the country to, out in New England. And even though I physically was away from a lot of the challenges that faced me here, they still persisted in my mind. My inner demons still lurked, and they still crept up every single day. Whoa, we are inside because the wind is kind of picking up. I apologize for any scratching or ruffling noises coming from the wind. I need a new microphone, and I apologize for that. but we are back inside. Let's continue. In kind of like a summary of what happened next is this. After the second attempt is when I fully immersed myself into getting myself better. My second attempt sparked me to try going to counseling again, try to seek help, and that is exactly what I have done. Going to counseling is one of the greatest things I have ever done, and I'm so happy I have ever did that. Just to be able to say how you're truly feeling and have no real judgment and be open to just having somebody be there to listen makes a huge difference. But additionally, going deeper into the core of like the issues, the core of where the feelings are coming from, where the emotion lies, going and recognizing those voices from all those inner demons and picking apart where they're coming from, how can we combat that? All of those kinds of things are tools I've learned through going to counseling. So this has also been a really big shaper of where I am now today. With all that being said, that is what this tattoo is for, right here. These are the 2 days, and I never want to forget those 2 experiences because they're experiences, number one, that remind me how grateful I am to be alive, how fortunate and lucky I am to still be here. And that is something I do not take for granted. Every single day, I'm so fortunate and thankful to be alive. And this is kind of a reminder to continuing being grateful for the life that I've been given, and kind of going off of last week's video about reasons to live for, gives me more reason to live today. For the way I've been managing myself is I usually take things a day at a time, one step at a time. And this is just a reminder that I never want to go back to where I was. I'm at a place right now where I'm very comfortable with who I am. I still struggle. It's not like I'm, magically cured of my depression, anxiety, and everything else. No, I still deal with them on a daily basis. However, I'm actually confident of where I am now. I used to not have any hope for my future at all, period, none. But I do now, and that's something that exhilarates me. It's something that motivates me to want to continue to get better, want to continue to progress each and every single day. A reminder for me to keep going and be grateful regardless of what I'm feeling. And that lies in directly to my hand tattoo, my semicolon. This is the smallest tattoo I have, but it's the most meaningful, and that's why I have it on my hand. To remind myself further to hit continue on my life. If you may have heard of the Semicolon project, I will put a link of it down below, but that's what this is based off of, to hit continue. To choose to hit continue on your life each and every single day. And it's a reminder for me to progress and just persist and just try to do and give my best with whatever I have. We all know people who struggle with mental illness, whether that is us, a loved one, a friend, a coworker, someone in our fellow classmate. We all know people who have been dramatically affected by mental illnesses, and we all know people who have thought about ending their life, whether that be us additionally. And I'm not here to say any of this because I want your sympathy or to say pity party for Tyler. No, that's not what I want. The reasoning behind this video is twofold. Number one, to share my own story, because my story is important, just as so much as yours. Each one of our stories is something to be shared with and cherished and loved because it's wholeheartedly unique and just as magical as we are. And number two, because I'm a huge advocate for spreading awareness about mental illnesses and also reducing the stigmas associated with having them. And that is the second reason for this video, to bring more awareness to those around us that it is okay not to be okay. And it is okay for you to give your best effort, even if it's just good enough. I had to tell this story for you to truly understand what these tattoos mean to me. And there's a lot of times when we want to talk about these things, it's serious matters. We feel bad talking to other people. We don't want to bring other people down. I'm not trying to bring anyone down. I'm just trying to be real as the way I always am. I always try to be authentic and genuine. And this is a part of me, and I'm not gonna hide that. I'm not ashamed of saying this. I'm not ashamed of where I've been, because where I've been has helped me to get to where I am now. And I'm actually starting to really love the person I'm becoming, the person that I'm growing up into, the person that I am evolving. That's the Tyler that I want each and every single day, to just do a little bit more, 1% each day. And all of my past, even though all the pain I've felt emotionally, physically, all of that has been worth getting to where I am now. Even though that sounds really probably crazy. Everything that I've had, everything I've done has led me to where I'm now. Everything I've learned, all the lessons, all the failures. Whether or not this is the 100th video or the first video you've ever seen of me, I just want to say thank you for watching. It genuinely means a lot, and I'm just happy and so fortunate to be able to continue to make videos, because this is what I'm passionate about. I love creative expression, I love storytelling, and through film is the best way I can do that. And so thank you once again. I know it sounds repetitive and I've said it a lot before, but 2 videos down, we're getting really deep. I told you we're getting deep. But I appreciate you sticking around. As always, my name is Tyler Rossmann. Thank you again so much for taking the time out of your day to watch, and I will catch you guys on my next adventure. Peace. Watch out.